Hopefully you guys are having a good week. Good to see you guys jump on here. Yeah, there is a giveaway. It's true. All right, cool. Nice. Good to see all you guys. 34 people. Nice. Looking good. All right, cool. Get right into it. I'm going to share up here. We start off with DXY for a couple of reasons, guys. So as you know, so for some of you who have been joining these sessions pretty regularly, you should understand what DXY is. For those that are new, I'm going to explain it anyway. I go over it pretty much every single session, both on the Sunday Market Blitz and during the week during these live sessions. Essentially, we're just looking at the strength of the US dollar, right? This is the US dollar index, symbol is DXY, and it is the reserve currency of the world that makes up for 80% of all trade, especially the majors like AU, EU, UJ, and so on. So it's always good to jump on here, kind of do a quick analysis on both the higher time frame and 4 hour and kind of see what's going on. And we're looking for changes, either a continuation of a trend or some sort of reversal. We just want to get as much information as we can about the US dollar so we could accurately make some other trades. So let's go to the daily time frame for a second. I'm going to break down this entire chart here. So all that we're doing on the daily time frame, it's kind of like that one look time frame at this point, where we're looking for the overall sentiment, seeing if anything has changed, and where we should be dropping down time frames. So we could see that this is clearly very bullish, right? Very, very bullish, and it was bullish up until this monthly zone broke. Price action pushed through and a pretty aggressive bearish leg down, broke right through the monthly, and now we're in this lower range, which is good. So this is a transition from a bullish trend into a bearish trend, and we are now below this monthly, looking for lower highs to further confirm that this is going to continue with this bearish trend. All right, so now we know that we can drop down to a 4 hour and kind of take a look and see what the possibilities are for price action on this time frame. So we broke through this monthly, right? We had some consolidation. So there were two potential scenarios where this was going to continue downward. So that was either structure formation, a rejection of structure, or a rejection of the 38.2 while structure forms, and then we'll get a continuation down. So that would have been a nice little pullback to here. And then we always like to see structure form. It's the healthiest of trends. No one really, it's not healthy to just see a currency paired or a currency just run in one direction without forming structure. That's just overextending itself. It's not real market movement, not normal market conditions, and it's tougher to trade. A lot more risk presents itself once a currency just starts running in one direction. So we really wanted to see structure form here. It didn't happen, and that it actually pushed through to the second trade scenario here, which is just price action momentum. Momentum just pushed it lower. We're looking to get some sort of lower high below this was support and now resistance. Looking to establish a zone as resistance, lower high, and then continue down. So we really would like to see structure, but that's all right. We understand that there's not much positivity surrounding the dollar right now. So just a quick analysis, guys. Wanted to give you that. So now we're refreshed on DXY. We can move on to some of the other major pairs, okay? First one being AUD-USD. We're going to do the same thing, the same method I just did on the daily time frame. We're going to take an overall look and kind of understand what's going on and if anything has changed from the overall trend. So we can see here on the daily time frame, super, super bearish, right? Lots of bearish movement, lots of lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and so on and so on. So this was Corona. This huge spike here is Corona. And then we got this huge pullback. So this is a very, very strong 4 hour trend pushing all the way up, right? And it was still bearish as it was rejecting this monthly zone. And as long as it remained below this, we were still pretty much overall bearish on the daily time frame. But we did see a break, right? Confirmed higher lows. And now we have, more bullish movement. So this is a daily transition. So now we can drop down to a 4 hour and start looking for potential long opportunities. Okay. So daily transition, it broke through this monthly, kind of erased these lower highs, started getting some higher lows above that zone. That's a clean transition right there, okay? Let's go to the 4 hour. Again, very strong 4 hour trend, right? Lots of patterns, lots of good movement. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this bit of price action. All right, so this is that break of the monthly. Here's that higher low again here as well. So it's definitely looking bullish as hell. We did actually miss this trade, but I'm going to cover this anyway because this was a classic break and retest. right? We had a little pattern here. Price action broke through the zone, came back, retested, gave us a higher low. MAs kind of took it higher. And we also got confirmation in the form of a morning star here. Tons of 1 hour entries. But yeah, this was a really great trade, and we were targeting higher towards the negative 27. So from here, where can you potentially enter, right? That's the whole point. Where can we potentially take a trade? Let's get rid of these fibs. Redraw them. I'm going to do from here to here. It's the conviction. Right, so where can you enter on this? How do you make a trade after this is already executed? This is pretty much already in a trade. What are we going to look for to continue taking trades in trend here, with the trend rather? So you want to see a pullback, guys. It's always looking for a pullback, always looking to enter on a higher low if we're looking to go long, always looking to enter on a lower high if we're looking to go short. So essentially we want to see a pullback, ideally to a fib level, 61.8, 38.2. Followed by some strong bullish setups. We always want to see that MA cross as well. And yeah, we'll play it higher we'll target higher and, play it into significant resistance, negative fib levels and so on. So that's pretty much where we're at now. I'm not looking at any bearish options until we really get below this monthly again. But for now, we're just looking for pullbacks. You could even get a pullback all the way to this new support level here. Right, 78.6, that would make sense as well. But again, it's either going to keep running or it's going to, pull back and give us an opportunity to enter on. Okay, even if this does keep going, just keep dragging your fibs up, and then these levels will change depending. But we always want to see that pullback. Okay, give me 1 second. Just need to grab a tissue. Allergies are next level today. Give me 1 second.
We gotta get you a box to put next to your fucking desk.
Well, you don't want to hear that. I gotta mute myself.
All right, so yeah, everybody putting your name in the Discord or in the chat. Good job. So the giveaway will go live today. Same thing as always. This is your first session. I saw, some people first live trading session. Welcome to the Forex League team. These sessions we're just running through analysis, preparing for the day. If we give out a signal, we'll let you guys know. This is obviously all analysis. If we give out a trade, we'll actually map it out for you guys. But the giveaways go on every day. So if you're in our Discord, just put your name in the chat.
Absolutely. So yeah, we cover tons of pairs every day, kind of giving you guys updates of what we're looking at. And this goes hand in hand with Sunday Market Blitz. So the Sunday Market Blitz is that overview, that daily 4-hour, breakdown when we post it, and then we'll kind of walk into it, get into it a little bit more in detail during these sessions. So like I'm about to drop to the 1 hour. This is a little exclusive. All right, so I just want to highlight this area here because this is that entry. So I just want to cover this real quick with you guys. So this is, we missed this trade, or I missed this trade because it executed at 5 a.m. where we are, and I like my sleep. So, but it classic break and retest. I just want to highlight this. Broke right out of the pattern, broke right through this resistance, closed above, came back down, tested this broken area right here, as you can see. Watch if I draw this line in. Right at, what is it? 7175. Right here. Let me make this blue. Right, so classic break and retest there. Broke through this level, came back, tested, fibs held it, lots of exhaustion, and then we started getting some, bullish variations. So nice one there, a couple here. Could have entered on any of this in here, any of that. Okay, and then yeah, clearly you could see that it worked out. Pretty much no drawdown. Took off right into the negative 27 fib level based on this low to high over here. Okay, so that's AU. Let's keep going. We're gonna move on to the next one. AJ. Let me just see if there's any questions. This thing's really, chat's really popping off, but these are names. Okay, cool. All right. Awesome, guys. AJ, this one's actually setting up to be something really nice. Probably today or tomorrow we'll see something, but let's go ahead and zoom out real quick. Go to the daily time frame. Again, we want to get that one look, right? Overall bearish trend, very, very bearish, right? Then we have this huge 4-hour trend, much like we just saw in AU. But the only difference is AU gave us that daily transition by breaking through the monthly. AJ has not yet, right? We are still very much at this monthly zone. So it is technically still bearish on this daily time frame. But if we do see a break and closure above and, confirmed that it confirmed in the form of a higher low. This would be a nice daily transition, but we can drop to the 4-hour and get a closer look at current price action, see what's happening. Right, so we have this giant pattern here. There's a giant ascending triangle. Key resistance right here at 76.7, and yeah, we have to get through this monthly zone. We're looking for it to continue higher. Yeah, huge ascending triangle. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit more here. Right, the volume's kind of dropping off. We're getting some consolidation here. So yeah, so continuing with this trend on this 4-hour is what we're looking to do. Tons of higher lows here. In more recent price action, this has just been super bullish. So, we are looking for a classic break and retest, pretty much like we just saw on AU. We want to see a break above, some sort of higher low form, and then, nice strong bullish setups to give us confidence that this is going to continue upward. So this could be a really nice trade. 2.8 risk reward, looking for that break and retest. I mean, this may change slightly your stop loss. It all depends on where this higher low forms if we do get that break. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty much just waiting on this one. Nice little rectangle pattern. Yeah, waiting for a break to the upside or downside. Okay, so we're obviously favoring the upside because that's with the trend. But I'll post this in a premium analysis for you guys as this gets closer to execution. But what needs to happen for us to consider short opportunities, right? Let's say this pattern fails to push higher, this resistance zone, this monthly zone holds. We want to see a break of 76 flat, which is the monthly first. And then even to be a little more conservative, I want to see a break of 75.6, right? I want to see some lower highs below this zone. Then I'll start considering shorts. Okay, because that's a pretty big transition on this 4-hour first. And then, obviously I'd bump up time frames and look for, more confirmation suggesting that this is going to reverse and continue with the daily bearish trend. Okay, so looking pretty good. Again, this one's probably the closest to entry, so I'll be posting this in premium analysis for you guys. All right, let's keep going. I got UJ next. This one's actually pretty close as well. Let's go to the daily time frame. Super bearish, guys. This is a giant descending triangle. All right, let me just zoom out. You guys can see this, right? The sloping trend line here. All lower highs, key support, all the lows are key support right at this monthly. So let's go ahead and drop to the 4-hour. Actually, I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. I want to bring this to your attention here. This recently broke lower through support. So key support's right here, right at 106 flat. Right, we saw it break lower, pulled back. There was a 61.8 fib level right here. You can see it hit. Didn't hold, even though it gave us tons of confirmation. It didn't hold. It pushed higher. Actually rejected at the 88.6, and that's our lower high. Right, lower high here, and then a push lower. All right, so this actually came back at a pretty deep fib. That's okay. Sometimes it happens, but we're back below this monthly. So let's go to the 4-hour. This is a good sign. Okay, so here we are back below the monthly. Here was that 88.6 rejection. Came back down. So now something's interesting now is it looks like we're getting what could be potentially a head and shoulders, right? So this could be the left shoulder. This is the established neckline, this black line right here, right 38.2. This is the head. And then we could be seeing a right shoulder, which would line up perfectly because that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see a lower high form right at 106. Here's that big push. I want to see a lower high followed by tons of rejection and, bearish setup. So that could be really nice. We're looking to enter on the right shoulder or on a break of the neckline. Okay. So yeah, this is looking really nice. Again, this will be posted in premium analysis as this gets closer to execution. But I mean, this isn't too far away. If it pops up, we could see, some entries later today. All right, but this one's looking really nice. Nice classic head and shoulders. That'd be really nice to see right now. Okay, so this trade again is going to be 70 pip stop plus roughly to get about 260, 265. Well over 3-to-1 risk to reward. So this could be a really nice one. It could shape up to be something good. All right, so we'll keep you guys updated with UJ. For us to go long or consider long opportunities, we really need to get above 107.4. We need to erase some lower highs. Price action needs to break through, start establishing some higher lows above significant resistance. So until that happens and we see that, we're going to remain bearish. All right. That's UJ. Next, we're going to get into EJ. Let's go to the daily time frame first. All right, guys, so we're looking for a sort of transition here, right? We're looking for the overall sentiment, seeing if anything has changed. And we can clearly see here that this is a very, very large bearish channel, right? Daily time frame, EJ, very large bearish channel. Then we did see a huge amount of volume step into the market. Bulls took over clearly right here, just kind of took off, broke through key resistance at 121.25, which is our weekly zone. Erased all these lower highs and actually gave us a transition pretty early on, right? So this transition took place and was confirmed pretty much once it pushed through, came back, retested, and then continued higher. And there's a nice transition of the MAs here, caught a support double bottom. So I would say this was confirmed pretty much on July 13th that this was a transition, confirmed transition rather, and then took off and filled this new range all the way up to our monthly zone, right? So we're clearly bullish now, most definitely. So let's drop to the 4-hour and kind of see what's going on and more current price action. All right, let's zoom out, bring it over here. Bring this in. All right, cool. All right, so very, very bullish trend. So pretty much all we want to see here, we have, again, two potential scenarios here for price action. Either momentum just keeps pushing it, and it's just this 4-hour trend just stays strong as hell, breaks through yet another monthly resistance zone. So we could see that. Definitely, we also have a nice little flag pattern forming. So that's definitely a continuation. So we could see that happen. Not unlikely. But ideally, we'd like to see structure form, right? So we would really like to see this 38.2 down here hit. I want to see price action pull back. Maybe consolidate the 38.2, give us some sort of pattern, and then, transition to the upside or give us some sort of bullish setups again for us to then enter on. And then we would target towards the monthly and, obviously higher fib levels, higher resistance levels, and so on. But yeah, EJ, got to wait on it right now. This is definitely the deciding level, whether it just pushes through or it pulls back. So we'll be waiting. This one's kind of far from entry. We're on the 4-hour time frame here. We could be seeing something in the next week or so. But yeah, until that happens, we gotta wait. So no problem. EJ has been a little more difficult lately. Hasn't been moving that much as far as in the last few days, since the 13th even. It's just been forming this like kind of flag. Okay, so gotta wait. Gotta see what's gonna happen with EJ. But yeah. All right, so let's keep going. EJ. All right, next is gold. Hold on one second. Yeah, okay, so next and last is gold. This daily time frame first. Super bullish, guys. There's really not much else to say about gold. Super, super bullish. Let's go right to the 4-hour. All right, so we were analyzing on Sunday back here when price action was in this little area below these MAs still. We were talking about two potential scenarios, right? Either we get a push right above this zone right here, structure right at 38.2. We get a push above, a little retest, and then continues higher. That's exactly what happened. Nice little transition through the MAs, pulls back, gives us some sort of higher low, and then bullish setups galore. This thing just took off, a good amount. It didn't rocket off, but it definitely some volume stepped in. So we could see a retest of this zone again. We could see some lower time frame setups, especially on the 1-hour, 30-minute forming in here right now. So yeah, I mean, I would ideally wait for a pullback. I want to see a retest of this 38.2, get in on a nice MA cross again, and bullish setup. So that's good. Definitely looking good for gold right now. Obviously, it's bullish as hell. But another conservative trade or a more conservative approach would also be, waiting for the 61.8 to be hit. It may be hit, it may not be. We'll see. But anywhere in between this weekly and the 61.8, you want to look for, some sort of reversals. Enter on any sort of bullish setup after that reversal, and then target higher. We're targeting all the way up toward our negative 27 fib level, which is around 2160, 2165 per ounce, which is pretty absurd, but it's looking likely that we'll get there. All right, guys. So, I mean, this one's pretty far from a trade. This one's going to take a while to play out, especially if the 61.8 is going to be hit. But in the short term, this is still going to take quite a while if we get a pullback or this thing just surges higher. Okay. So that's gold, guys. Quick recap. Covered DXY, I covered AUD USD, AUD JPY, which is looking really nice right now, USD JPY, EJ, and gold. All right, now I'm going to pass it off to Angelo, cover some more major pairs.
Hell yeah.
Or looks good on AJ. Yeah, it does. It really does.
We got AJ.
Nice little rectangle box pattern. Just this is a classic break and retest. I love rectangles and box patterns because it's so freaking easy to see a break. Whereas like if you're looking on a channel or something or like slightly angled, channel or pattern or whatever, it's a little bit harder to identify a break because compared to a rectangle because it's such a clear defined support and resistance level. It's literally just perfectly horizontal, obviously, but super easy to trade. Okay, so I'm done now. I'll pass this off to Angelo.
The box pattern. Yeah, if you guys want to get it on, I'm actually personally going to go long on AJ. If you guys want to get in on AJ, this is how I'm sizing it up.
Are you sharing? Here, check it out.
Yeah, I'm already sharing.
There you
go. Yeah, so if you guys want to get in, this is a little trade idea. We got the stops below the 200-day moving average, below this higher low the head formed. Mainly what I'm looking at is the 4-hour. We've got, this was the first area where we formed a higher low. Then we just confirmed that with this second double bottom right here, confirming this next higher low. And yeah, I mean, this is box, you could call it a rectangle pattern, a flag. On the 4-hour, it looks more like a rectangle than anything else.
But whatever, honestly, whatever it is, it could be a flag. You can interpret it as a flag. You guys can interpret it as a box, rectangle, whatever. But you're still applying the same concept. We're still looking for those confirmations, little break and retest, and so on.
Yeah, I'm gonna apply it right as this. Was watching the flag pattern on the 4-hour. Yeah, so this is looking like a nice like rectangle pattern flag. I mean, they're the same thing. They're both continuational patterns. So like Nick has analyzed, the more conservative entry would be to wait for the pop above here, followed by a little bit of a retest.
Perfect.
Like and then go long, or you just take a long right now and say fuck it, put your stops below.
Or you just grab
it. Yeah,
honestly.
Or you just man the fuck up.
Yeah, you just man up and take the trade. Right, never look back. Yeah, unbelievable.
So yeah, just what are the confirmations here? Let me adjust my fib that I have on here. Yeah, you got to man up. Come on now. So you got retesting 38.2, retesting 38.2 right now. Ultimately, where are we targeting? We're targeting this upper level, this fib extension, negative 28. First off, we're going to try to get to negative 27. That's when we'll move our stops to break even. So we're looking for the 4-hour to push. We're looking for the 4-hour to push. I don't know if the volume's going to be there at all today. It could be there within the next hour or so, or next like 4-hour candle, and then after that, we'll probably have to wait until tonight, till the London session.
Me at the London. That's a good song,
dude. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go over GJ. Somebody said, "What about GJ?" You guys are cutthroat in the chat today.
GJ only.
GJ.
GJ sells.
I'm gonna go over GJ. Let me just go ahead and pop over to the majors. We're gonna start with EU. A lot of things are overextended right now. We gotta wait for structure to form. On EU, let's just start from the top. Weekly time frame. What is our overall trend? Some people, in the chat yesterday were like short EU, short GU. There is no reason to short EU or GU. You guys got to chill out. You know what I'm saying? Don't short based on a 15-minute double top. Like,
no, don't do that.
Yeah,
don't do that. Might as well just no, don't do that.
I mean, hey, if you're trying to scalp, that's a totally different game. We just don't play that game. So, up on the 4-hour or up on the weekly, overall, this thing's been bullish for a while. Like, get real. Daily time frame, obviously very bullish as well. We are overextended. We are at a high right now on the daily time frame. As I bump down to the 4-hour, we can see how the market recently moved. We got in on this trade down here. So if you guys didn't get to see that, you can look at our live sessions from earlier in the week, where we cover everything when it comes to this trading position, this setup. Again, all of it's completely free. You guys want to go back and look at previous live trading sessions. There's tons of info in there. There's tons of lessons to be learned in those sessions. Just treat them as webinars. So yeah, as we're coming to this new high, we need some sort of pullback now. As we go down even to the 1 hour, we're at a high, all the way to the 30-minute. 30-minute is starting to consolidate, within this area. It is starting to consolidate and form a higher low. But, at the moment, I think, I'm a little exhausted from trading EU. I'm going to wait for some sort of 4-hour pullback before really getting into some sort of entry, or at the least something like this. We pull back on the moving averages, start to, find rejection there, and then we can start to take advantage of buying opportunities following. I'm kind of just going to stay on the sidelines right now with EU. But again, our structure is bullish. It will remain bullish until something on the 4-hour breaks. So let's go over now to USEF. We'll start up on the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, very similar, very bearish. We're at the bottom of this push. We are at a monthly key level, guys, but we've been here for a while. That doesn't mean we're looking for buys. I am just aware, though, that this key level, we could push off of in either direction right now. So keep that in mind. This is just a key level. This isn't exactly support or resistance. It's acted as both in the past. So we could break lower and shoot lower. We could reject here and head higher. As I bump down to the daily, structure overall is very bearish, but I want to break this down even a little bit further down to the 4-hour. This is ideally a level that would need to break in the 4-hour for us to really switch up our bias. So we're really bearish up until that breaks. Right now we're getting a pullback. So on like the 1 hour, on the 30-minute, we're starting to get transitions. We're starting to get breaks of structure. And again, if you guys, if our weekly confirmations were strong, very strong, if the weekly trend was bullish, we would maybe be looking for buys. But the weekly trend is bearish, guys. The daily is bearish. The 4-hour is bearish. I don't want to get caught counter, trading against the trend right now. So I want to just be patient and wait. This 1 hour, could be setting up for another lower high. We'll see. If I were to fib from our previous lower high, you can see right now we're popping up to the 50% level. Could we reject 618, 786, 886? We'll see. So these pairs aren't exactly close to entries at the moment, but I just wanted to go over structure for you guys, because that doesn't mean I'm not going to force a trade. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be patient. AJ had a nice setup, so I'm trading AJ. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even really thinking about these pairs. I've got all of them on red, which means that I'm on the higher time frame. So let's hit GU on the weekly time frame. So this is a little bit different. The weekly time frame on GU, I've been bearish on. We've been coming to this weekly monthly level, and we've been rejecting it, 1, 2, 3, 4 times now. Like, this is the 4th time we're about to come to this level. So I could potentially take an aggressive lower time frame trade off of this level, if I'm feeling that. But just looking at this push, we've been very bullish. Daily time frame, very bullish. 4-hour time frame, very bullish. And like I said, though, we are at this monthly key level. We've rejected this previously, or multiple times. So if I were to tell myself, okay, I want to get in very early on this trade, I want to take a position right now, I could be on the 30-minute time frame. I could be saying this is a break of support. I'm looking for the retest or the confirmed lower high, and then that's where I would take this trade and I would go short on. So that's a little trade idea. I'm personally staying away from that for now. I'm not trying to be too aggressive at the moment. If I were to take this trade, I would probably lower my risk lower than if I was looking at the 4-hour trend or the daily trend. This is just a very aggressive, very aggressive move, quick transition. Don't get me wrong, this thing could find volume and continue to push all the way down, into this level. Could be about 70 pips. Stop loss would be about 40 pips. So, we'll see if this ends up presenting itself. But again, this is just a very aggressive move based on this weekly level. This weekly level has projected previously, fallen off multiple times. So that's a little trade idea, but overall we are bullish. 4 hours bullish. So we're gonna stick to that. We'll follow this one throughout the day, so I'll update that. Let's go over to NU. NU is interesting. This thing is the same deal as GU right now. Is the overall structure on NU was bearish. We had this trend line, we had this supply zone. We started to get that rejection. Like for example, if I were to have highlighted this zone and I would have taken some sort of more aggressive entry up in here. So let's go up in this area and let's just check out, this trend, what's going on. So pretty much, I would have probably got caught with a pants down realistically all the way on the 1 hour. We would have been looking for a 1 hour, 1 hour structure to break. We saw a break here. We had a little bit of a retest. This thing zooms back up all the way until ultimately the 4 hour started to actually form a lower high all the way up here. And then that's when it started to push and we started to get real volume in the market. So this is just, we want to stick to the 4 hour, guys. We want to wait until the 4 hour starts to transition. That's when the volume, the momentum is really going to be with us, and we're not going to get burned on these trades. And, you're not going to start to question, oh, is my entries wrong or something like that. Like, just stick to the 4 hour. As soon as this 4 hour started to break, and again, we go over this in previous live sessions. If you want to touch on NU and look at this entire trade breakdown, you can, go on a previous live session. We do go over this, go on any of them from the last week or so. Just go to the date. You guys can, see how we were breaking this down at the time. But, pretty much we had this trend line, we had this break, retest, then we started going short on, NU on the 4 hour. Now we're in a pullback. We're in a pullback right now on NU, which is good. We're looking for some rejection. So we're looking for a lower high. We had these two lower highs form. So this could potentially be a point C forming right now. So, we just got to see how things play out, guys. We got to see, much like here, we had this evening star, this bearish variation, and the first really entry was down here, this pullback, enter, a lot of volume. We're going to look for the same thing. We're going to look for rejection first, cross the moving averages, confirm a lower high, and then we'll look to get in on it on the lower time frame. Try to just get in on a very, very safe position, good risk reward. So that's NU waiting on the 4 hour. Let's hit on UCAD. Let's go all the way to the weekly. We've been covering this thing fucking forever, all the way since it was up here. That's when the live sessions really started. Is that a normal fib tool? Mine looks different. Yeah, I mean, we definitely have different levels on our fib tools. Hit us up in the chat afterwards if you guys want to discuss. Mr. DXY, you guys will gain strength this week. DXY, I believe, is still looking bearish, right, Nick?
Very much so.
Yeah,
but things could change. Again, it depends on confirmation. I'm not predicting anything.
Yes, the trend is bearish. We're not trying to anticipate, oh, we're at a key level of support, so we're going to go long now. No, that shit doesn't work. That'll make you really sad, too.
I've tried it, guys. We've tested it for you, so you guys don't have to. It doesn't work.
Tested it for you. Yeah, that's the whole point of joining the group. We've tested these things for you. We've shed the tears.
Yeah.
Hit the walls. And, don't do that. So, again, UCAD overall very bearish. We're coming now to this, this is a bullish confirmation area. We've got a trend line. We've got this 200-day. But look at price action, guys. This thing's just dumped huge bearish candle all the way down to the daily, red over blue, all this way. This trend line's being respected on the 4-hour very well. So, I'm looking for a pullback on the 4-hour. I'm looking for a pullback on the 4-hour. This is our lower high. This is our structure. Till that breaks, we're Gucci. So we're waiting for that to break, to come back. And as soon as we get another lower high, guys, that's when I'll be loading up the fucking cannons, loading up the sniper, and trying to get in, on another short opportunity right here. So, we could see a pullback, retest this support level. We'll just see how things play out. If we're trying to hit the 30-minute right now and take entries, the way I look at it is this thing is struggling to push lower. We just broke this like descending triangle and pushed a little bit lower, but the volume here is really struggling. I could see this thing popping back up. It reminds me of like right here, we had this retracement and then we inevitably started to fall out. So that's where I'm looking at, to get on this. The other night, I was on a session, I believe it was with you, Hanzino, when we were looking at UCAD, we were looking at potential entries. This was playing out right in front of our eyes. This was definitely a nice little entry here, 40 pips to the upside. It would have been up to 1-to-1. Now it would have been up a little bit more. But these are just safe bets, guys, because you get the confirmed 4-hour, lower high form. Then you just hit the 30-minute, wait for the pullback, 30-minute trend, momentum's bearish. Now we're just looking at 30-minute lower highs. Even if we entered up here a little bit more aggressive, then we could have got that nice risk reward right there, 2-to-1, 3-to-1. So UCAD, again, guys, not trying to get too crazy on this. Don't even look at the lower time frame right now. It's waiting on the pullback, waiting for things to pull back. Let's go over to GJ. Let's see, AJ. Let's go over to GJ. GJ is going to be much of the same. Oh, this thing's setting up as well, which is nice. So let's go up to the weekly time frame. I'm looking for this to push up to this trend line. This is overall bearish, but we're right now in this bullish leg right now. Nothing tells us right now that we should be bearish on this. So I'm looking to push higher, looking to get to this 200-day, this trend line, maybe even this upper monthly level up there. Down to the daily, bullish, very bullish trend, making highs, higher low, pushing up higher now. We're battling this this level right now, this support resistance level. And I like how we're forming structure, guys. We came down, retest the moving averages, large bullish candle. Then down to the 4-hour, this is where we got to look for structure. So this thing is pretty, pretty close to giving us a decision. We've got 4-hour trends, higher low to our higher high right here. We came back, made this higher low, pushed higher. Now we could even adjust our fibs for this new high. We just pulled back to 618, bound. This is what I'm talking about on the 4-hour. 4-hour, bullish, very bullish. That's when I'll start to hit the 1-hour, hit the 30-minute, see if any structure has broken. We still got to be patient because as I hit the lower time frame, guys, this thing looks very messy, very choppy right now. The way that I look at it is we don't really have clear structure on the 30-minute right now. Like we really need to break above this level. We need this to consolidate, break some levels. This thing is still kind of just bearish on this 1-hour time frame, on the lower time frame. So we got to be patient. We got to look at this 4-hour. We're getting a pullback. We're going to need another, push to the upside, sort of like AJ. We had that first initial push, and then we had the pullback, and then double confirmation right there. Let's wait for some double confirmation on this before we head higher. Starting to wick now, and we got 15 minutes left on that, so that's a good sign. So that's GJ looking to go long. This was like the line I put on yesterday, trying to get this trade path going. And that's pretty much it. So again, if you guys want to get in on AJ, this is just a little trade idea. Again, as always, only risk 1% on all your trades. This is the trade. Enter here. Stop loss 76 160, and then we're just targeting at least 1-to-1 first, and then ultimately to get to 2-to-1 using the 4-hour fibs. Yeah, those are our ideas for today. Big live session today. A lot of people on. We appreciate y'all. Just put your name in the chat. If you guys want to get in on the giveaway, $25. And I'm also going to bring up. So I talked about yesterday, little announcement today. So we're gonna get that going. Let's see, we can get this up. Boom. So today we're gonna start we do this every now and then, our promotion. The full course is $4.99. This is gonna be 40% off. This is only for 10 spots. So if you guys are interested, if you guys have been thinking about wanting to join the course, and again, this includes the course, signals, one-on-ones, trading plan, private chat, fundamentals. We have like over 20 books in there. Me and Nick, we know that when you get inside the course, there is so much more than you realize. Like, we know the value that it has in there. We don't market it as much as we probably should, realistically. Like, there's so much shit in there, and so we pride ourselves on everyone that buys the course, that gets in the course, they message us, they're like, there's so much shit, like there's more than we expected. And honestly, that's all we're trying to do. Me and Nick trade, you know what I'm saying? We do the live trading sessions, we manage the accounts, but there are people that are beginners that need to get a course. Like, from our perspective, you can even look, there was like this huge testimonial posted today. If you guys want to read through that, he's just talking about how he felt like he was wasting time over 2 years learning from different people. And Nick went through this. I didn't really go through this because I just bought one course and learned from one person. And then I just kind of met up with Nick. We went from there. But, don't have your focus in one community, in one area. If you guys are going to join one, you know what I'm saying? Everything you need is here. You don't need to be looking elsewhere. Just focus here. It's less stressful. You know what I'm saying? There's people here that are scalping, intraday trading, swing trading, everything. Our strategy is just to teach you market structure, top-down analysis, so you guys don't get caught your pants down in the markets. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's your one-stop shop. If you guys are interested, just message us for more information. This is only going to be for 10 spots. And again, it's $2.99. Everything is included. And yeah, so this will be starting up today. And that's pretty much it. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Another live session tomorrow morning, last one of the week.
Yep, last one of the week, Thursday, guys. So yeah, that's another live session. So happy Wednesday, guys. Happy trading. And we'll see you in the community and also tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see you guys inside. And one more time, the Discord is free. So if you guys are new, you got questions about Discord, just message us. Message Forex League support. If you guys want to get in on the premium packages, message us as well. And like Nick said, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for your support.
Peace, guys.
Peace.